Now you may be thinking I'm headed to a picnic with this lunch cooler for 10. Nope, that's not the case. This is the brand new MJX All-Rock Crawler, and it's huge.
Oh man, I hadn't eaten in a while.
Sorry dude, here's a baby alien for you.
Ugh, went right through me.
I had my Makerfire rep surprise me with the color, and he did well. All right, stickers are on. This thing is really slick looking. Now we are gonna get to the home-built crawler course and to the actual trails and find some tough obstacles here in just a minute. I wanna go over a few things on it. And at the end, we're gonna talk about some of the differences between the Raro and this new MJX. Very similar in size. Now a lot of people waited to buy this because we knew this was coming out. So after I run this and actually get a feel for it, we'll go over some of the differences between the two. So hopefully after this review, those questions will be answered. And I'll have that video at the end of this one if you haven't seen it yet. It's not exactly your standard RC car video. And this is already the version 2. So I don't think we have to worry about another version coming out in just a few weeks or months. It's got an interior, but it is pretty bland. A light bar on the top, jerry cans, an actual spare tire. Nice. A bumper jack, mirrors that fold in and out, and a roof rack. Tires feel very soft. Probably really good for the weight of this. It's not as heavy as I was expecting. Would have been nice to have some wording or maybe even just more designs on the tires. The body opens by just one single thumb screw. I'd say I like that better than 2 or more body clips. And it's magnetic. The body rests against the spare tire, and you have 2 battery trays, so you can distribute weight differently if you want to. A battery pack in the front's gonna help with traction and with climbing. Or if Santa brought you a lump of coal, you could just put that in there to weigh it down. It's also good that you can store a second battery here, and once this one dies or this one dies, you can just switch it to the next one. We're gonna get a quick speed test on a 2S battery and a quick performance test, and then the rest, everything else will be on 3S. And we're gonna test that speed too. We've got a 3970 1500 kV brushless motor. It is sensored, so this should be really nice and smooth. Wow, they shoved a lot of grease in there. You don't typically need grease in there. That just kind of attracts dirt because there's a doorway for dirt to get in right there. I'd say that's not a good thing. I wish that was clean. 80 amp ESC. There is a fan under there as well. Receiver box looks like it is probably sealed. We've got some sealant here. The on-off switch is easy to reach. There's nothing really blocking it. We've got front and rear locking differentials, servo controlled via the controller. A 2-speed gearbox, also controlled via the controller. Blue anodized aluminum, I assume, frame rails. Those are pretty nice looking. There is a channel here for the body to tuck nicely into. 35 kilogram steering servo. The servo itself does not have a servo saver on it, but it does use a damper right here. And that pretty much does act like a servo saver. Oh, that's interesting. We've got metal bodied shocks. The caps are plastic. There's actually a small secondary spring right over the shock shaft. I guess they were kind of going for dual stage springs. Yeah, We'll probably hit a few jumps with this thing. Oh, that servo is axle mounted, by the way. Big old plastic axle housings. They are portal axles. Metal telescoping drive shafts. Metal 4-link suspension front and rear with plastic end links. And these are pretty hefty. That's a pretty interesting rear suspension design. I guess that's cool. There's a little bit of play in it, but it does feel solid.
Here.
Thanks, dude. You do have to supply 3 AA batteries for the controller. Luckily, this is a different remote than all their other models, but it still looks pretty similar. Hopefully it's good. Steering is backwards, but it was reversed anyway. It's a slow, whoa, that's a big beetle. Fly into the light. Servo is slow, but it does seem powerful. I don't know why these came reversed. The motor was backwards too. It does have turn signals. There's about 1 trillion different lighting options here, all controlled by how many times you push channel 3 button here. You got a reverse light on this side. You do have brake lights. Right now they're blinking. That's your rear fog lamp. Basically, you can make every single light blink, flash, and you can make it not blink and flash, which that's everything lit up in the front, and I believe that's everything lit up in the back. These dudes here do not come with bulbs in them. You have to add and wire those yourself if you want them. Owner's manual does have exploded parts diagrams, along with all the parts listed that you may need to replace ever one day. So your 2-speed transmission is controlled here. Front diff lock, rear diff lock, and it's actually got all that labeled for you. A lot of times you just have to remember this stuff. The manual even tells you what sound it makes. Alright, open up the app and check out this ESC and its settings. These are all the different parameters that you can change with this ESC, with just the app. That's 2S slow speed. That's already faster than the Raro on 3S high speed. 6 miles an hour, yeah, faster. High speed, woo! And this is just 2S. I guess we should check the speed, huh? 11 miles an hour. We got a new addition over there. It's a prototype. Diffs are locked. It's a really tall rock right there. This is a not very good prototype. No, we're already dragging the rear tire. Right, this side should do a little better. Drag brake works. So let's move it. Hey. All right. The chickens love it. 3S slow speed, 7 miles an hour. Not a very big difference. High speed. Dang, that's awesome. All right, time to find a trail to take this on. What do you think? I keep forgetting to check speed. 17. Yeah. Well, we made a rookie mistake and didn't bring a backpack. Luckily, we traveled light. Yeah. Hi, doggies. Yeah.
Maybe I at She said actually.
You gotta watch those ankles. Yeah, even on 3S, that's what we're on right now. It still modulates nicely.
Hopefully we don't get lost.
Did you bring your compass?
What? No.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, these things really good. It's giving the stairs like a high five.
Well, now I have to see if I can clear it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do that.
I am.
I'm not trying to break this.
Yeah. Oh, wheelied into the tree. Yeah, there we go. Yes, thank you. All right, what way did we come from?
Up there.
You sure it wasn't that way?
No.
You're not sure?
No, it was up there.
Okay, good.
I know it was up there.
We're relying on you to get back to society.
It's up there, you stupid.
Well, let's go this way a little bit. This one's having some technical difficulties. Just watch out for the doggy.
There's that log.
Yep, there's the log. We know where we're going.
We came from that way.
Oh.
So, and don't you want to go that way?
Yeah.
And check it out? Okay.
I do. You just like effortlessly know the way back. That's awesome. Good, how are you?
Fantastic. Y'all got some good shots today?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Awesome ones. Absolutely.
Great spot for it, huh?
It is.
Y'all do a YouTube channel? Or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought so. I'll be able to tell my boys I'm on YouTube.
Yeah. There, we made it to the baby hauler.
The baby hauler.
Yeah. Didn't even break a sweat.
You did.
Let's go over this thing, and then we'll talk about that dude and how I think it compares. Probably a little more geared towards a trail truck, but it crawled on the rocks really well. Better than it crawled over roots and dirt. Awesome speeds, you can make it go fast. Modulates so well, you can make it go so slow, and it's so smooth. Quick side note, this roof rack is really rigid. This is how I've been picking it up. We didn't lose any mirrors because they fold in whenever it rolls over, which yeah, it happened a lot. One weird thing I noticed, for whatever reason, this front battery tray is a little smaller, even though they definitely had room to widen it. It will not fit a standard hard case battery. These Angry Snail hard case batteries fit in there perfectly, snug as a bug. These standard sizes fit in the rear just fine. You can see we're getting dirt inside the cab of the vehicle, and that's why I don't like this design. This window is letting dirt get down into that grease, and the grease is gonna hold it. Cherish it, never let it go until you wipe it away. I probably really would wipe all that grease out of the pinion and spur gear. It does have a slipper clutch. Motor obviously has plenty of power. There's no problem there at all. The lights work great. You can control each individual type of light to either be solid on all the time, to flash consistently, or to flash in threes. But you do it all with this one button, so it takes forever. The body took a little bit of damage here. This lower fender flare screw pulled out here, here, and here. Obviously, I did things you probably shouldn't do with this, but it did really well. So far, I haven't come across any breaks whatsoever, except that body, which can be set back pretty easily. And I did crash this quite a bit more than what made it into the video. I didn't want it to be too long. No problems at all with the remote. I love how simple it is, yet still very effective for what you're doing. Minus the time it takes to find the light settings you want. A quick underneath inspection. We actually have a little piece of this axle. It's not necessarily a brake, it's just part of the plastic framework there, but it broke. Rock stuck right here. We have no broken links, no bent metal. Everything still rolls perfectly smoothly. Steering damper did not come apart, and I see zero indication of oil leaking from the shocks. Servos all shifted flawlessly. I changed them all several times throughout our journey. Okay, lots of people are wondering about this. Quick comparison of the two big crawlers of the year. The Jeep is a little bit bigger, and it's supposed to be. It's a 1/7 scale. scale, this is a 1/8 scale. It's not much, but it's definitely noticeable. This thing is a lot heavier. This little thumb screw design here is much easier than these body clips. They're not in the best location. In fact, I already lost one of them. There's not a good support system for the body back here. In fact, all the pressure is on the body itself, while this one rests on the spare tire, and even without the spare tire, it pushes against the wheels and never actually puts any strain on the body itself. This is a brushed motor, even though it is huge. Supposedly, they're gonna be coming out with a brushless version, but I haven't heard any news on that lately, and that's gonna jack the price up, of course. We already know this one's brushless. This dude goes a measly 5 miles an hour. It's awesome for crawling, it does that really well, but its top speed is 5 miles an hour. Even after shoving the biggest pinion I could in there, I think we topped out at 8. So this dude's a lot faster. There's a lot of Jeep bodies already out there, so the Defender gets brownie points there, even though I'm definitely starting to see more Land Rover bodies popping up. All 4 shocks did start leaking on this. I don't think I was any less hard on this guy, and there is zero indication of that so far. Oh, spare tire sold separately. Spare tire in the box. While this is probably overall a better remote if the longevity is there, this one is much more simplistic. The channels are labeled. These you have to memorize, and it's just not as user-friendly. Had to adjust the steering out of the box to get it to turn at a decent angle. That one turns at a decent angle right from the get-go. The Raro gives you a whole lot more light options like police and rainbow and disco stuff, minus the fact you can make them all flash. This is about how stock lights would be on a real truck. The Jeep uses a standard 4-link suspension in the rear, so does the Defender, but it has that extra support system right here. In the front, you've got a 3-link suspension plus a track bar. Land Rover is just a standard 4-link suspension with no track bar. Some refer to that as a panhard bar, but I prefer track bar, because that's what we called it when I was an auto tech back in the day. Overall, I'd say the Jeep has better tires. They're a lot more foamy, but they probably wouldn't work as well on this because it's so much lighter weight. I think the tires are set up pretty well between each respective vehicle. The rubber compound itself is definitely grippier though. Depending on where you live, you may have a better chance of getting parts quicker for the MJX. Raro is kind of known for having slow shipping times. All in all, both these trucks are excellent and perform somewhat similarly, minus the speed. So, if I was trying to figure out which one of these I wanted, I would focus on looks, price, and speed. And then if you want to see this video too, you could compare which one you think will work better for your driving style and your terrain and yourself. My 2 videos on this truck are here and here.
They are also in the description.
Of course, I have links where you can purchase or just read more about this down there too.